don't care.
We've definitely got to edit that bit out. Today we've come to help another plasterer. Apparently it's a huge ceiling and it's high and he wants another man on it, so I've come in to give him a lift, but he's prepped it all, he's boarded it all and he's rounded all the curves in. Oh, I don't know, we'll just go and see. Hopefully he's done a nice job.
How do we do? Happy days. My one, if you so that's
yeah, it is, yeah.
There, look. Someone's cut through the winner. Straight through it. That's been compromised, that one. If there was one of those height frames, sort of here, I would have put, you know, so I've got, I don't mind with one plan.
People are then like chilled out and like,
I don't mind,
I'm the same as you. I'm like,
I'll do this then.
okay.
That's going to be easy for you, isn't it, isn't it?
Yeah, sound. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can make that the full length, so we haven't got to get up and down. So what we're doing is working out who's doing which part of the ceiling, and then we're also going to try and set up enough scaffolding so that we don't have to move anything around. No more.
So this is today's surprise job. I got a phone call from my mate saying, can you give us a lift with this little ceiling, he said. And here we are. It's, I don't know how high this is. There's about 1684 plasterboards in it, and it's got the hang cove. So, I mean, to be fair, it's an absolute freaking nightmare just because of the height of it for one man to try and plaster. So he's asked me to come in and give him a lift. I didn't know what I was turning up to. I didn't know how the boarding was going to be. All these are insulated plasterboards, which are a pig to use anyway. But he's got it all boarded roughly. He's rounded it all in and sealed it all, ready to go. So they're actually mixing up now. Look up there. Look up there. They're mixing up now, so we're going to get it on.
Before I draw up with an upward stroke, I always like to just put a little coat over the scrim first. If you don't do that, you'll usually catch the scrim and pull it off. I told them to mix up 3 bags in one bucket for the first coat, and I said that'll be plenty, but they didn't seem to believe me. They think it's going to take more, so we'll see if I get it right or not.
Have you ever go with the X-Skins? What are the new speed skins?
No. So because I've took the high centre part of the ceiling, James's apprentice douche is loading me up. So I told him specifically how much to put on my handboard for me.
How much can you put on your board dish?
3.
Jesus Christ.
That was by request, that.
What, do you want more? Put 3 on there, you put just half on there.
So the way we decided to do it would be that I'd get the centre, the highest point, with the cove at the top, and James would work down each side, which meant a lot more running around for James because he'd have to move his trestle around, but I'd just look after the curves in the centre and his apprentice would load me up. I must have banged my head on that light about 100 times. Now, as I'm putting this on, I can feel that the bonding coat is pulling a bit of moisture out of the finishing plaster. Now, it's been SBR'd, but the SBR's only been on for about half an hour, so it's not completely sealed. There is a bit of suction there.
Right, so, look, this is the difference, right? When you're in your 20s, you want to show off how fast you are, how much you can do, and you come in somewhere like this and you blast it all on by yourself thinking you're the coolest plasterer in the world, right? And then when you get a little bit older, it's like mine James's age, you think, you idiots. We're just chilled out, taking our time, putting this ceiling on and having a laugh at the same time, and probably getting paid more for it. With age comes wisdom. James a bit. It makes me nervous when people watching me. Film James. Get me outside. Get me outside. What's that now?
I think we might just have enough.
Oh, Mr. Johnstone. Oh, sorry. Can you measure that? Yeah, Jim.
Jackson, that's how you enough, mate, actually.
I'm okay, I'm just feeling it, mate. Because we'll put on the fresh stuff on. Right, that was 3 on, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
do you want to mix 1.5?
Can do, yeah.
Do you like it that thick, James?
No, that was a bit too much, that.
Yeah, maybe just a touch better. I can use it like that, but just prefer it.
Do you want to put clean in it, or just mix up what's in the bucket now?
Just mix up, yeah. Unless you want it to watch that, yeah. We'll be on faster again now. We'll be in the pub before you know it. I got a blob of pasta on my face. Now, it's quite nice this because we've got douche mixing, me and James putting on, but Maisie on the camera, which makes it nice because usually I've got Leighton on the camera, so I've got to do everything because he's holding the camera. Whereas now, these lads are just jumping in. I've got someone loading me up. It's like being in paradise. Oh, excuse. I'm being educated. I've never seen an X skin before. It's very similar to a speed skin. What's the difference with these, James?
I think it's just Rafina's version. The ox one, they're squared off there. But these are a bit flaky, you can get to the only over wall, you can get to the corners then.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to load the scene with this now, yeah? We're going to load it with this.
I'm just going to get a quick one.
I usually would just skim this now, but I can, you know, it's going to be nicer the flatter it is, so this is what we're going to do next. I'm just fitting in today. I'm not in charge of this job. I'm just a hired man, so I'm just doing as I'm told.
I'm the boss. Come on, Kate! That's the way.
He's got a flipping big whip. You can't see it on camera, but he's flipping driving me to work.
So I don't usually flatten in between coats unless I'm going over Artex. But when you're working on somebody else's job, you just fit in with them and do what they want.
As you can see, where the bonding is, mine's pulled in. So as I'm trying to flatten it out, it's tearing it a little bit. Now you don't need to worry on your first coat, a little bit of tear around, it won't matter. And the bonding is still fairly damp. It was done, yes, it's been sealed. So I know when it comes to second coat this, it might pull in a little bit. We call it green suction, which means it'll pull a bit of moisture out, but it's not going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling. Like if it's bone dry, you'd be struggling with this till the end of the mix. Whereas with this, I know it's only going to be maybe the first, second coat and a little bit on the first flattening. It might pull. After that, it'll calm down, it'll be okay.
The term green suction comes from the days when we used to use sand and cement as a base coat. You couldn't skim over it when it was wet. It needed to set and shrink a little bit, but not dry out. So the next day or the day after, it would be set but not dry, and it'd look a green colour, and it'd give your plaster a little bit of suction, but it would soon calm down. Hence the phrase, green suction. So the second coat's been applied now. The material will be exactly half the amount for the second coat as what it was for the first coat.
I think what would be good is like, if we sort of interview James and douche a little bit as well. If he's up for it.
You up for that?
What I was thinking, douche, if we get the big spotlight out of the van, I'm sitting on a chair.
Oh yeah.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Years ago, what I was saying was, we used to do, we used to call it parge coating on the building sites.
What?
Parge coating.
Parge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when there was like 2 flats next door to each other, or onto a landing wall, they used to want you to sand and cement it, and put about ½ an inch of sand and cement on the wall.
Yeah.
And then you just get one of those slight, have you seen the scratches, but they're not scratches, they're scarifiers?
Yes.
The little flat tongs on them.
Yeah.
And then you just scarify it as it's going off, so you can dab boards and they'll stick to it.
Okay.
And what the idea was, it was for soundproofing.
Alright.
Right? So you were supposed to the company who I worked for was supposed to mix their own stuff and do it. But what we used to do was go down to the silos for the, you know, the ready mix cement what the bricklayers use.
Yeah.
Alter that, put more water in it. Yeah. So they used to hate that because they'd be messing around with the water content. So they'd have their funny mixes. But then we'd be putting that on. So you just get one of those big tubs loaded up full of,
yeah.
And then you just have a lad running in and out all day. It used to be £80 a wall, like, but for the full length of a flat basically. So you could lash it on as fast as you possibly could. Yeah. 80 quid. Another wall, 80 quid. So what we do is get like, if I got like 4 walls on, that's paid for the day. Yeah. We could do 3 of us, we could do 4 walls and that's in an hour. And then the rest of the day was just money for me, it was just profit. Yeah. So, nice. But what we used to do was to do it as fast as possible. Because you're running back into the spot board, you only put in, because it's got to go on so thick, it doesn't go very far. Yeah. So you'd end up loading your board up, like literally as much as you could possibly fit on it, you know.
I'm not that strong anymore, mate.
No, well, I wouldn't want to work like that ever again, but that's sort of, I think just doing that for a few years. Yeah. Because what we used to do is, everyone knew it was good money. All the plasterers knew that, you know, if you're doing garage ceilings or you were doing the soundproofing with the cement, that was a nice little earner. Right, and everyone would try and get on it. So I'd sneak in on the weekends. Yeah. And they'd be building blocks of flats. And they wouldn't have the roofs on, and I'd be in there, standing smoking the walls on the weekends. Right, that's it, it's all on. So, what I like to do is, no messing around, I like to just straight away get over it as fast as I can, get it flattened in, just so I know it's under control, and then chill out.
Shining through, wearing my rose-colored glasses, the world looks shiny and new.
Look what douche's doing to me here. Little roadblocks for me. I'm like an 18-stone ballerina, I'll just skip a couple of them, no problem. Here's douche, thanks mate. Douche, by the way, doesn't like being filmed too much. He doesn't mind it a little bit. And I'm going to cut that out, Douche, don't worry.
Fold under the pressure.
When you're having to join up in the middle of a ceiling, yeah, you end up having to put your trowel in. Well, watch, I'll just show you what I mean, right? So you put your trowel in like that, yeah? But look then, you end up with a line there. Now, this line over here doesn't matter because I'm going to bring it in that way and cover that, so that'll be gone. But what you don't want to be doing is putting loads of lines in the ceiling like that, because they start to set like that, you know, and you've got to fill them with fat and it's just not nice. So what you always want to try and do is get rid of them on the back sweep. So if I go from, let's just say I go from there, okay, and go up there, and then come back on the back sweep, and then wipe them out, okay, move there. See, so I'm always getting rid of that line. Like that, see? And then there's no big dent left. So there's a dent there, back sweep, gone. And that way you can start anywhere in the ceiling and get rid of the lines, you know, because otherwise you can find that comes in handy for all sorts of different sizes. When you can't reach all the way to the centre on big ceilings, you can use that just to get rid of the line. Do like birthday messages and stuff like that?
So you know, like I said to you, can you watches you, James, Pop. Yeah. Can you send me a little message and I'll send it to him? You could have said, yeah, go on the camera, fill out the thing, tell me the name, blah blah blah, and I'll get it done. And then you get 7 days. Once you're investing in, you get 7 days to to do your message. And you get paid, like whatever you want to get paid. You can't obviously charge. So I got one for my stepdad because he likes to Liverpool. So I got Ian Rush to do him one, and it was like 78 quid.
17?
78.
78 quid.
Honestly, yeah, look, I'm sure I have to do my pass. And he literally just went, alright, Chief. Chief, my mate James. Oh, no. James has told me you're a big Liverpool fan. It sounds like you to keep us going the way we're going or something. Thanks for your support. You'll never walk alone. I cost me 78 quid. But it was his 70th birthday, I had to go something original. But if you just charge like a fiver.
Yeah, I'm not that important, I'm honest.
Exactly.
No one's going to want to pay me 70 quid.
The amount of people though that say on your lives.
So this is now the first wet trowel. We've flattened it in. We've got a quick wet trowel, and then just one more wet trowel and a polish, and we're done.
Off the pub.
Yeah, James, we were going to skim all the walls. That was the original plan, but then we've decided it's easier not to. And as well, James just wanted me to clarify this on the video. The ceiling was boarded with, was it 70 insulated boards?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't know about them, they're an absolute nightmare to use. What you usually find is that the insulation is offset from the plasterboard, so when you're trying to butt your joints up, the insulation makes it have gaps. His boarding was absolutely lovely on this ceiling, and you usually find as well that if you, I don't know what the joists are like, usually thin joists, and they're quite hard to find. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the boarding was lovely. The walls, the boarding isn't so wonderful on it. I mean, they're fine, they're flat, but they're not as neat. And James just wanted me to make sure that you knew he didn't do the walls. The customers done it themselves, or they've had somebody else in beforehand. I don't know the situation because I've just turned up myself today. So, but anyway, it wasn't James's work.
Cheers, Marcus. Alright. You can be an Easter egg. Yeah.
Cheers, my mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you. I'll be the that looks like my missus, that. Orangutangus.
And that'll be the end of his relationship when this goes online. Do nicer work and charge the quality rather than quantity.
At the end of the day, if the customer's happy and with what you're doing, then that's what matters, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so you give us a nice polish now. Not going too wild, just a slight shine on it. There's just something in my OCD. Loads of fellas say leave it matte, you know, but I like to just go over it once with a little polish. And it's just like my last little check over, you know, and just make sure there's no little blemishes anywhere. I've never had a complaint over it being too shiny. You can just keep going over and over. If I just kept going over the same spot, like literally hit it from different angles and doing it over a process of about half an hour, you could literally make it like a mirror until you can see yourself in it. But, you know.
Decorators don't like that.
Yeah, the decorators don't like it. And you don't get any medals for it anyway. You don't. No one comes and pays you any extra for it. You just want it sort of smooth enough that when the customer comes in, they go, "Oh, that's lovely," you know. Did you like the customer voice there? Oh, that's lovely.
I got my bedroom there.
We've definitely got to edit that bit out. Right, this light, by the way, this is not mine. I wish it was. I first seen one of these when Alex Morley recommended them.
That's why I got one.
And yeah, James got straight on it. I missed the boat. I need to get one of these. This is a flipping. It just goes in like a light bulb, but it's I don't know how many lumens is that?
It's like 10,000 thing. Something ridiculous.
I know I can't look at it anyway. I've been like one of those big flipping long-legged flying things that just are attracted to the light and keep banging into it. That's like me up here. I'm more built like a bumblebee though than a crane fly. That's it. We're done. Time to go for some dinner.